First of all, I want to apologize for my quality because I don't know what's going on, but today it was my last day of vacation. And since it was my last day, I wanted to share some of the things that I learned through this vacation. The number one thing that I adore about vacations is the fact that you can take a break from your ordinary life. And every time I go on vacation, I always come back home with more realizations about myself and about what I want to do with my life. It feels very refreshing because you're in a different environment than where you usually are all of the days, which is probably the main reason as to why I always felt like I was constantly stuck on the same level. I felt like I was constantly numb on the inside because I was not able to let my soul out. I was not able to, expand myself with more opportunities, with more challenges. I was always in my comfort zone. And stepping out of that and just switching environments helped me understand more things about myself and maybe things I was doing wrong and that I thought that they were right. Number one thing that my soul screamed at me when I was going for walks at the beach was that I should completely invest time in myself. You should realize that you should prioritize yourselves because literally in this world, people can come and go. You can't stop people. If someone wants to live your life, they can live your life any second they want. You can't expect everyone to stay in your life. If you do not build the basis, the fundamentals to make your life stable and to accept yourself as who you are as a person, then you face trouble in life. Because if you do not even put the trust and effort in improving yourself, who do you think will? It's as if, there's people that might help you, but if you're not willing to listen to what those people are doing to you to notice, because you're not even noticing that in yourself, you're not improving and you're not evolving. You're just simply staying the same. Focus on your looks, focus on your career, focus on, becoming financially stable, on becoming independent, focus on growing your knowledge, on becoming more mature, learning more lessons, becoming in general a wise, independent, and beautiful person on the inside and on the outside. This is what you should prioritize right now. Second thing that my soul told me during this vacation is that I should be more grateful about the things that I get. Sometimes we think, for example, I ate at lunch and dinner the same exact food. There's nothing special about it because I eat it every day. But when you think about it, you should be grateful that you had food on your dish. You should be grateful that you had enough water to carry on with your day. You should be grateful that you have clothes you can dress yourself up for. There's people in this world that don't have those things. They don't have the basic sources in order to survive. So you should just be grateful that you at least had this food to fuel you, this water to refresh you, and these clothes to protect you. You should be grateful over the smallest things. You should understand the value that those things have on you. Be grateful even for the smallest moments in your life. Maybe, I don't know, you looked at the sun and you thought, oh well, there's the sun. But you should think about, oh well, there's the sun. It's going to be an amazing day. I could maybe go for a walk since there's the sun, or I could just look at it, look at the beauty of the sun, look and notice something. Maybe you have an opportunity to go outside, you have an opportunity to go shopping, you have an opportunity to look at the seaside or at the beach or something like that. You should be grateful about those things because not everyone has access to that. You are privileged and you don't know about that. So you should embrace the value that those things actually hold on you. Third thing that I learned is that I should appreciate my small wins better. Sometimes we don't really appreciate ourselves for our small wins because we think that, again, it's taken for granted and we only care about the outcome, we only care about the result that we want to achieve from life. Every single step is part of the journey. Nothing should be left out. You should be grateful and you should be thankful to yourself. You should be proud of yourself for at least doing the small step today. Even if it didn't go as you planned out, even if you still haven't reached the outcome that you wanted for yourself, at least be grateful that you did that thing, because it could have gone wrong. It could have gone worse. What if you didn't actually follow what you planned for yourself and you regret doing something that, it was bad for you, it was an unhealthy habit. But now that you passed that, you surpassed that with another technique, another mindset, even if you did it badly, you at least managed to change. And changing, just the fact that you wanted to change and you apply change into your life, that is a win and you should be proud of yourself for that. Another thing is that you should always look for the positive interpretation of what reality gives you. Sometimes we just tend to not really reflect on what happens to us, right? Just because our brain thinks that something that is happening to us is bad, then your brain immediately scans data that tells you that that thing is bad, and then you get a bad thought that generates a bad emotion. But what if instead of thinking about the negative perception that you have about that thing, you can switch it from a negative to a positive interpretation of the thing? It can change everything. If you're able to change the thinking patterns of yourself, you're able to change your reality as well. So why would we constantly pick the negative interpretation of facts when we could decide that we can change it to a positive one? It can literally change our emotional state as well. Sometimes we just focus on the bad things that happen during our day and we forget about the positive ones that happened, or maybe you haven't even noticed them because you were busy, thinking about the bad things that happened, or you were worried about what you have to do in the future without actually thinking about the present moment. But it's crucial to remember that at the end of the day, you should take in mind that positive things happen to you, whether you like it or not. They happened to you, but maybe you haven't noticed them, or maybe your ego doesn't want you to recognize them. But you should be aware that those things happened, and whatever you might think that is bad, take that as a lesson to improve and get better. Don't see it as a loss. Also, another thing that I learned is that insecure people who project their insecurities on you are such the biggest energy drainers. Generally, during this vacation, I actually felt this. When you have a group of insecure people that don't like something about themselves, right? And then they start to cover their insecurities by making you seem as if you are the bad guy, or making you seem weird, or that you're the wrong guy, all of those things, right? Those people are people to avoid because they drain your energy subconsciously. Just by sitting next to them, even if you have a mindset where you think like, okay, it's not my problem to carry, it's not my responsibility to deal with those insecure people, just by staying near those people, you can feel the dark energy that they release onto you. You can't do anything but just perceive it. It's as if you're transmuting energy on a subconscious way. So it's crucial that if you are friends with these people that project their insecurities onto you, you should actually cut contact with them, because they are energy drainers. If you see that they have a lot of energy suddenly, it's just because they're sucking that out on your energy. You are the fuel of energy. I also found out that going out is way too good for my soul. You know, my soul loves going out. My soul loves to go in open places and explore them, or just walking by, looking at different stores, looking at the beauty that the place has in general. And remember, no matter about the experience that you lived, what matters is bringing with you the good memories that that thing gave you, and eventually understanding and bringing with yourself as well the lessons that the thing gave you. You should be grateful that something gave you lessons, or someone, because you are now able to improve your life and to apply those things into your life as well. Don't see it as a bad experience just because it finished. The chapter might have closed, but the new one is opening, and it unlocks many different opportunities. I love you. See you in the next video. Bye.